some more nature corn, what they're doing is, instead of having a list of good action, what they do is they put camera, any camera, they're looking. Eleanor loses fights right away because she farts and she blamed the chair. So she's loses points, which is kind of crazy, and it's not clear if Michael still has the power or not, and it's not clear if it's clear that Janet doesn't have. So they're continuing, and this is really cool because you actually see how much work they do, how much work, and it's great because what you do is you are basically moving the scene much further. Now, ultimately speaking, why is that a good thing? Okay, well, then ultimately speaking, you did this in season 1 and season 2. You show us that she was having a course and how to be a better person. You saw it with Jason and Eleanor. You also saw it with Michael. So with here, instead of repeating the content once again, you're doing the clever thing. So this is super cool. Eleanor is broke, and because she's broke, she won't be able to take part of the studies. So Michael, what he does is he asks Janet, and they go buy a ticket, which is a winning ticket, and because that's it, she'll be winning $18,000. And there's a cool scene where Tahani's like, that's nothing, that's pocket change, and then it's like, oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And this is kind of cool because you're seeing Tahani make an effort, you know. You got Janet that's still in love with Jason, and you know what? It's insane. It's kind of an annoying thing because it's been going on since season 1. However, in the weirdest of ways, it's kind of the most positive thing. Why? Because this Janet doesn't have power. This Janet is more human than the robots. You know, if this was a possibility between Jason and herself, it would be this one. So we got a cool scene where Tahani meets one of the Hemsworth brother, the least popular. Now this is also cool because we know that they used to date, right? So them meeting and then being interested romantically together doesn't have to be explored as a scene. They're two exes. We establish our exes that are seeing each other after a while, and they're rekindling their love. So that's kind of cool. That is kind of super cool.
Guess what? Yesterday I've been booking for the Australia chapter of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, so Jason is getting invited to the Jacksonville Jaguar fan club, which is again, they're trying to separate the 4 of them, and it just doesn't work.
I don't know about air grading aspect. Superboard, activate.
Superboard, so triumphant announcement. Superboard.
Superboard. He called it the Superboard, which is kind of cool because they're kind of copying Iron Man. So Tahani says, and this is the craziest thing. So you saw Eleanor, which the reason for leaving the group was because she was broke. Michael fixed that. The reason for Jason leaving the group, the Jackson fan club, we took care of that. See, technically speaking, in this timeline, or in this plot, or in this arc, we only have 3 important people. 3 important people are Jason, Tahani, and Eleanor, because they had to be part of the class and become better people, right? So Tahani, Jason is going to the Jaguar fan club, but he's not because we decided there's none of them. And then we have Tahani that meets her husband, and they're gonna move. So this is basically the end because you don't break a couple up, and breaking a couple up would be Tahani and the Hemsworth brother. Yeah, I don't know his name. I'm so sorry. I feel like an asshole. And this is super cool because you see a date, right? And you see that it's good because she asking, oh, the Superboard is actually pretty nice. Look at this announcement. There's a little bell. Look.
Last night, Larry Hemsworth proposed to me. I've been moving back.
Nice. Yeah, it's super cool because right away what she does is she asks about Chris and Liam, and she's like, and the brother is pissed off. Like, what the fuck? What are you guys thinking about them? And this is also super cool. You know why? And you want to know why? Let me tell you why, dude. Because it's a godsend. I just find it. By the way, I just figured out something, and it's a great idea. I'm gonna have a 5th playthrough soon of the tower, and we'll do because tomorrow on Netflix, you know what's leaving? The Riddick Chronicle, the Riddick Chronicle. So we'll do a Riddick trilogy movie marathon when we have the 2nd playthrough. That 5th playthrough, sorry. So yeah, because she like, oh, his brother, she said, I'm so sorry. And he says, Dory, I want to talk about your sister. So they kind of relate on that, which is kind of super crazy. Um, they call it snow blowing. I don't remember why they call it the snow blowing when they have an engagement party at the Airbnb. But this is kind of cool because the hair, it's not a R, it's an heirloom. They go on this freaking they go on this freaking what should I call it? A mansion. We got Michael and Janet that are kind of I don't remember what he calls it. Not snowblowing though. It's bothering me. They go there. You got the whole group, and Simone being a part of the group is super nice because you never feel like Simone is too much. You never feel like Simone doesn't belong. You never feel like, dude, these people have been together since day one, bro. Who are you? Where are you coming from? You never feel that way. And this is kind of nice. This is kind of nice in the sense of, how could I say this? This is kind of nice in the sense of, by the way, we'll get some crazy news for the tower. We'll see how it goes. You see, my brain can't stop. I gotta take a couple of notes. But am I gonna have the time? I don't know. We're at 51 minutes for 3 episodes. We still got 25 episodes to do. Still got 18, which is 6 hours of recap. Yeah. So the notes are what? The notes are. Wow. No. Mega Man Star Force. Mega Man Star Force, dude. That was, oh my god, this was so important to me. This was so important to me. I remember this so much. Oh my god, dude. Okay. Give me a sec. Let's end the video here. No. No, Inch, you gotta focus. You gotta on that one day, bro. Come on. Okay. So, text, tower, shield, and resistance. When you do the no calm, find a better way. Find a better way. The no comments. No, the voiceless. The voiceless. That's what I'm gonna get for the non-comments playthrough of the tower. Find a better way. Chronicle of Riddick. Talk about Mega Man collection. And Marathon with Legacy. I hope this come out for the Switch. Or for the PS4, please. I'm actually begging. PS4! PS4 will be PS4. Oh my god, this is so great. And this is so great. Ask mom PS4. Oh man, this is so great. Because they released a new game of Mega Man, and this game was a important part of my childhood. A very important thing. What was I looking for? An ID. I don't care. But I don't care. I will stop here. We'll be right back. we have Fire Emblem that we can start. It's coming out today. Um, good. Wow. Naming collection is so good. That is so good. PS4. In the bathroom. Give me a second. What am I filming, dude? Whoa! Death Stranding mosquitoes. I'm sorry, guys. What we're doing is we're looking at the new one. What's going on in the world? Oh yeah. Okay. Fire Emblem Shadows. React. Good. You know, they start taking a break from the tower. Okay. Monster Hunter, Fruit Tree. Not bad. Just Dance. Okay, what about the other? Don't care. It's Life, I don't care. What is that? Oblivion. Yakuza Kiwami. What is that? Touchstone. Fire Emblem Shadow, baby. That'd be so cool. Marvin Jones, I don't care. Sorry, dude. That is cool to bit for me. Shadow Emblem. True. Okay, best season. Magical, I don't care. Neo. We do have Neo 1 and 2. I don't care. There's so many news, holy shit. Five, four, three, two, one. 3, 2, 1, 0. So awesome. Form. Mission closing. Four, 3, 2. My apologies. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome commercial. Because we're doing also having a wonderful day on this glorious 25th September 25. It's 8:11 and we have 6 hours, well 7 hours to do to finish The Good Place. Are we nervous? Yes we are. So without further ado, let's start. Let's freaking start. That's a tree. There you go. There you go. So, like I was saying, we got Tahani party, which ultimately leads in her leaving the group. However, Michael, by being a douchebag, is able to get her to leave. Well, Liam to not leave for British, because they think that he's working for TMZ.
Yes, on an ID time to analyze data, like grant.
So Eleanor is, and this is actually a really good moment because Eleanor is like, you know what? I know that it's complex between us, but I want to continue this city. And he's like, guess what? The first phase is finished. We need more people. We need different people to be established that there's a similarity between all of those people together. So for us, it's kind of over. And you never thought about that. You never thought that the guy who was going to stop the group is shitty. But again, this shows what? This shows that this will end. Now, ultimately speaking, the group ending is kind of super important. Why? Because it gives Michael a chance with Eleanor to explore really. See, Michael will tell Eleanor everything about the afterlife, and this will lead her to try and bring the four together, which is not his, but him. Which always should have been Eleanor trying, and not Michael. This is complex.
I would like to acknowledge the wonderful group of people who brought me here. I hadn't decided if I could have the spotlight, if I could have the spotlight for.
So everybody.
I'm actually laughing because this whole study was a hilarious, stupid, pointless joke.
Yeah. So this is not the most super important part. This study is ending. There's hard feeling everywhere. Tahani is leaving. Eleanor thinks it's stupid. She doesn't want to do it anymore, which is kind of bad. However, Simone is the one that took the situation and said, listen.
Okay, here's my guess. As humans evolved, the first big problem we had to overcome was needless.
She understands how Eleanor is asking. And this is kind of cool because this could possibly be, and if it is, it's brilliant. If it isn't, it's not a bad thing, but if it is, it's brilliant. She talked about the first problem in life, which is me versus us, right? And then us versus me, which is basically some of the moral beginning. For example, right? How do I say this? The me versus us is how do I don't remember that. See, now I'm stressing. Oh, I'm really stressing.
Learning to sacrifice a little individual freedom for the benefit of a group. You know, like sharing food and resources so we don't starve or get eaten by tigers, things like that. Okay, we do so far. Okay.
Us against them.
The next problem to overcome is us versus them, trying to see other groups.
So then what happened is Eleanor is still at me versus us. So she doesn't feel like she's part of the group. This is kind of crazy because Michael was saying the same thing. This is the first time that she is, what is that? Possibly some pistachios. So I don't remember. Holy fuck, I don't remember. And Simone is actually feels bad for Eleanor. She understands how she's reacting, which is kind of cool because we want to see that. Eleanor is, again, the one that has the most work to do. And it's kind of crazy because even then, right, Tahani has a reason to leave the group. Eleanor has a reason to leave the group. It doesn't have nothing, which kind of really sucks. So then they separate each other, which is kind of important because again, because you want them to be together, right? And Michael was like, yo, we have to restart a timeline. I'm gonna go to the judge office. I'm gonna find a timeline. I'm gonna restart from the moment that I saved them, and we'll restart once again. This is like a neighborhood, which is super funny.
Eleanor is behind against Jason, and that is it. If we can't get them enough afterlife points, we get them into the good place. So there's no point in us even being here. We have to try.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
There you go. And Janet is the one to kind of stop them. She kind of tells them, listen, there's no hope. So they open this doorway. Eleanor, Tahani, Jason, and Shitty see them. They see that there's a pathway. I just wish I remember more.
What the hell is this?
So Jeremy Beremy. Jeremy Beremy is the word that is when you explain the timeline and how it works. So this is also a really good episode. So this is the door which leads Michael to explain like, listen, we're from the good place.
Explain the entire system of the afterlife, and they saw an interdimensional door open and close, so that's kind of a linear.
But again, one crucial piece of information. But as soon as I say one crucial piece of information, what it says.
Yo, buddy, you
And Michael doesn't know what to do. Michael, for the first time, he stopped and he's wanting Ned to help him, but there's nothing to do. So basically, chapter 31.
Agent Ducron and I are paranormal investigators here to detect.
So he's trying to sell it as Men in Black, which is kind of funny. I don't remember that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it, guys. I don't remember this.
Yes, I'll start this year. And you all got
Okay, Doug. Right. So he tells him everything, right? And he tells Shitty, basically Shitty, this reaction is the worst because you basically tell them, hey, the whole thing. So they know they're gonna end up in the bad place. And she's like, yo, I wasn't supposed to be there, it's all pointless. Shitty will have like a existential crisis.
Go back in time and save it. I didn't have to because of Jeremy.
Okay, so Jeremy Beremy is a timeline where they could go back in time to save them, right? The way it works is when you spell it, the way it looks is Jeremy Bermaya, which is kind of funny.
Jeremy Barry. I don't know what to
See?
say. That's the easiest way to describe it.
Super funny.
The hell is this? The dot.
The dot.
Yeah, the hell is that? How do I explain this concisely? This is Tuesday.
Right.
And also July.
And sometimes it's never.
That's true. Occasionally, that moment on the family timeline is the time moment when nothing
Never
never
occurs.
occurs. So,
I don't remember this.
this broke me.
Well, because it's not really my birthday, I just want to say my
Not advice to you?
It's my birthday.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this at all. I don't remember this at all. Let me think about it. Brain juice. Open the controller. So here's what I remember, right? And Nora does the whole trick of infringing on her birthday. It ends up going to okay, we put it like that, yeah. But it ends up how can I explain this? She finds a wallet where she takes the money. This is the craziest thing because we know that in the first season she said that she found money and the rule is to keep the money. But then because of the teaching of Shitty, ends up going to a place to return the wallet. Now going to a place to return the wallet, he needed to go to another place because he doesn't live there anymore. So then she brings him stuff. And then the guy right away he took him his wallet and she's like, don't worry, I didn't take your money. He's like, this is not what I was looking for. I was looking for this picture. And this picture is basically, and this is super cool because Eleanor, she's still a child. She wants to get out of there, right? And she's on her way to the airport, but then she feels bad about taking the money. And so the guy showed us a picture of his, a drawing of her daughter that says, "Good luck, this is dad." And he says that it's been rough lately, and this drawing has been super meaningful to him. So he said, "Thanks, Eleanor. You're a really good person." And this motivates Eleanor to do a lot of things. So we got Tahani and Jason. Now Tahani and Jason decide to go together and to do good action. So Tahani is to give money to an opera, and she doesn't want to have her name on a wing. So she's basically saying like, hey, she's basically saying that, okay, well, I want to donate the money, but I want to do it in a proper way. Why is that important? Why is that the most important action she did in the last 3 seasons? Okay, because her point was, I gave money, I'm a good person, but she always gave money to recognition, and then she doesn't do it. So Shitty meets a guy, and the guy says trying to sell him drugs, but then Shitty's like, what's the point? Anything is so pointless. So what he does is, this is super fucking cool. So he gets wet and they take out the shirt. This is when you realize that Shitty is built as fuck. This is insane because there's 3 seasons of him not looking buff at all. when you realize how buff he is like the body on him. Look, this is super nuts. Look at this, like a freaking bodybuilder. So uh, Janet and Michael decided to do a manifesto, right? Which is everything that they learned. Now this is actually really super cool because this manifesto is supposed to be a guideline for the four to follow. However, the guideline is not complete. So where we are is at episode 8. They go back to see the guy. Who is the guy? The guy is from season 1, episode 1. Got really high and discovered about 92% of the afterlife. When every single religion discovered about 5%. The guy's a genius. And he's gonna write the manifesto, right? So Shitty goes in and he goes to shop, basically spending all his money. So he buys, he does everything he can, right? So he buys gummies, chilies, doesn't care anymore. And even go to a class and say, hey, all of this is meaningless. Don't you understand? There's no point of you being here. Life is just a big mess. Tahani and Jason give money away, which is super, super, super cool. Tahani literally wants to give the money to Jason, but Jason isn't deemed trustworthy, so they still have to do. I don't remember this. Yeah, so this is the classroom, and where she's basically saying like,
First off, there's virtue ethics. Aristotle believed that there were certain virtues refined in character, like courage, generosity, and life to develop itself in accordance.
see, I think explaining it, you see the scenes, which is super nice.
Next, there's consequences. Based the judgment about whether something is right or wrong stems from the consequences of that action. How much utility or good.
It's a shame because if I had more time, I would be really able to pay attention. But the consequentialism is absolutely phenomenal because you're looking at the snowball effect, right? If I give money to somebody that is in the street that has a drug problem, they might spend it on drugs. However, if they tell me that they're hungry, I can give them food, right? So I can give them food and I help them. However, there's a problem with consequentialism. If I give the person food, I'm not enabling him to do a free will. I'm basically helping him, but I'm helping him in my fashion. You know what? I'm going to give you a sandwich because you look hungry. Maybe the guy didn't want to eat sandwich, right? Maybe the guy didn't want to eat. You wanted to eat pizza. And you're taking away the free will from him. You're taking the choice. So consequentialism is not going to spend money on drugs. Consequentialism is he didn't get to choose what he wanted, which means that you didn't help him. You babied him. You enabled him to go one more day hungry. The right way to do it would be to give a job to this person. Realize the value of hard work and the money, how important it is, and the fact that he has a job and that job is a good way to live his life. He doesn't have to go back on the street because to have a good life, he has to maintain this good life. So he might fall down, but he will always remember that there's something good at the end of the tunnel of working hard. Which is basically consequentialism.
How much pain the bad. Exactly.
This is super cool.
And no, and you won't get a or and there is no bad.
So Shitty goes in, and this is possibly one of the most important things he says. There's a student that raises his hand. It's like, yo, we have an exam next week. Can we learn something? And it's like, yes and no. It doesn't matter if you have an exam. You'll get A, you get F, right? Maybe there's no test and you failed it. And it's kind of cool because what is the point of a test in your life? And the point of your test in your life is a diploma. But a diploma, what is useful? It's a piece of paper, right? You can be a smart person that has a diploma, and you can be a dumb person that has a diploma. So this is really, really good because in this one, and it's kind of crazy because Shitty, being a good person, has the syndrome of I care too much, and now he has the syndrome of I don't care at all. So there's a nice transformation here. So Eleanor is the one that says, "Listen, that's not cool, dude."
There seems to be, but I have a plan.
This is so cool.
Every single thing we've done,
Out of all the data we've gathered from Earth in chart and graph form, I have a pretty tasty recipe for cinnamon rolls we have pizza.
maybe someone someday can learn from our mistakes and enact real change in the process of judgment. But for now, we are going to enjoy our time on Earth before we retire. So let's get started. I know it's Thursday, but I really visit a nice crowd.
Do you know what? I made a mistake. The manifesto isn't for the people. It isn't for the for people. The manifesto is because Michael thinks that the way of judging people is wrong. and in this one he's hoping that what he learned will somehow teach somebody else that there's more to that than just what we taught. Here's a way. Here's what I would like to do. Here's how we can prove that people are better. Here's how we can prove that the system is flawed, and it's kind of cool because there's a final moment of there's really a final moment of they do something good for what happened. And Eleanor, she goes back to Michael and Janet, which made they want to learn, and we got Tahani and Jason. So the first, and this is super fucking cool, because they learned that there's no afterlife. They learned that they end up in hell. They learned that what they thought was doing that was good. The only one I didn't think that was good, it was the only person that they didn't think was doing bad was Jason because he's dumb. But everybody else thought they were doing good, except for Eleanor and Jason actually. Jason knew that she was a shitty person. Eleanor knew that she was a shitty person. And Bethany and so they're the one of the most affected by it. Because like, okay, well guess what? We're supposed to. However, Eleanor tastes being kind, and because she tastes being kind, she's like, okay, well, I want to be kind, which is great. Now we have them going to Michael and Janet, and this is cool because there's still hope.
What do you say, bud? You want to join the Soul Squad? Try to save some souls?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. But first, I have to go to the bathroom forever.
I love this. I love this. I love this. In the end, they end up together. And this is kind of cool because it showed that everything was pointless. If Michael told them before, right? If he told them before, you would have avoided half a season. But it would have been the ending. And this is cool because you go in and you do this study for how a near-death experience changed your life, right? And then it's kind of cool because this results in a couple of things, but it mostly results in the group being together. Now, without the study, is the group together? No, because we saw that the group was ending and everybody left. But now they're forming a new group, and that's kind of cool. And what they want to do is they want to save Soul. So this is super nice because their way of saving Soul is, and this is kind of insane. They were trying to be doing better people. Now they're saving Soul. People that we're going to see. The first one, I think, is Donkey Dog. Donkey Dog, which is the father of Jason. Oh, shit. God damn it. It's too hot. It's too hot. Thanks for the phone. There's no battle tonight that I'm thankful. Sure, there's a lot. Violin. New creation. Madeleine, Madeleine, oh sweet Madeleine. Can I put, bro? Days. come give me a if you want to get into a rub in the club, bottle full of bub, how much you need, I don't know. The kitten. Poor kitten, never I didn't even know. No, it's a life. Bro, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't blink, Kissy Wank. Look up the show. I think we're having a wonderful day on this. On this 25th September 2025. Sorry about the last video. We had a system overheat, which is okay because the phone is still working. So yeah, so like I was saying, The Good Place is still continuing. We're still got we still have 6 hours. It's kind of crazy because you know that you have 6 hours, which seems like a lot, but you also have a lot to do, right? But continuing, we are, so what they're saying is how they moved. So the whole goal was to become a better person, was to get to the good place. But what if becoming a better person was helping people? Then they're saying they're going to save soul. The first soul to save is Jason's dad. Now this is insane because there was never a mention of Jason's dad, which is kind of cool. You know why? Because we don't need to know him until season 3. He has no importance, and you do know him. Instead of introducing new characters, you know who's gonna help out? Willa's gonna help her mom. You know Wutan is gonna help her sister. They're already established characters.
Sophomore year high school. Nathan Berlin here. Who's elected?
So now that Eleanor knows that Jeanette knows everything, she's asking a question about her past, which she did in The Good Place also. Which is super cool.
Bonus, anything she left in your apartment now legally belongs to you. I've done it to dozens of people, and all of them
Right. So now the moral quandary of Shitty is you need to break up with Simone. Why? Because he knows something and she's not supposed to know him. Right? Now, I know what you're saying. How is it fair that he's knowing the secret, but she doesn't? It's only fair because their situation is special. It's only fair because they're supposed to be dead.